How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. Some of you have asked me which espresso maker did I actually buy. Well, here it is. It arrived. It's right here. See, I don't know if I can lift it up enough to show you the whole thing. Oh, all right. It's the Rancilio something something. It's made in Italy. When I went to Europe, I went to south of France, went to Spain area. When I drank the coffee there, it seems like they really know what they're doing. It tasted so good, so much better than any of these chain coffee places. So today I'm gonna unbox it and see how far I can get with it in terms of making the coffee. I did buy a special coffee. Let me go get it, hold on. This is the coffee over here. It's the Cafe Vergnano 1882 Espresso Crema 800. It's made in Italy. However, a lot of people on Amazon, they say, oh yeah, you know, you want to get it as fresh as possible. So the produce date is September 5th, 2018. So it's almost 1 year old in this thing. I hope it's preserved well because, you know, there's no oxygen in it. And the end life is 9/5/2020. So it still has about 11 months of shelf life left in this. It's not as good as, you know, right when it's roasted, but when I went to Girona, this is what I had over there. I went into a coffee shop and I saw this label, and that's where they made their cafe. When I drank it, it's like the best cup of coffee I've ever had. It tasted so good. Maybe it's this whole halo effect with being on vacation, but sometimes you just want to bring some of it home, and this is how I'm doing it. This thing cost me, I don't know, $30 for 1 kilogram of this, so it's 2.2 pounds. It is on the expensive side, but I've been eyeing this for like almost a year, okay? So I saw the price go up and down. It went down as much as like $25 for this thing, but I'm gonna give it a try and see if I can reproduce some of what I felt when I was on vacation. So let me open the espresso maker. Hold on, I was kind of doing this 3D printing thing. Gotta move this aside for now. Okay, just move that over there for now. After tax, this thing is $780 or so. Rancilio Silvia Espresso machine. It has a head that is commercial grade, but you know, the whole machine is not commercial grade. These popcorn is the funnest thing because when you touch them, you feel they're a little sticky, right? Ah, it works. It's made of corn, I think. Now you guys might be like, wow, why are you spending $700? This is not saving money. You're not being yourself. This is not like your brand. The thing is, I've saved up so much my entire life. Sometimes you need to spend a little bit. This is because I can do this. I can pay this off in full. I'm not doing this on credit. This is all on cash. I have my home paid off, and also I am lean fire. So when you are lean fire already, you think about, well, how fast do you want to get to fat fire? If you have the financial independence, if you have the freedom already, you can take it a little bit slower, right? Does it matter that you reach fat fire maybe 2 years earlier while you're enjoying the lean fire life, or, you know, somewhere between lean fire and fat fire? So that's the whole premise behind me spending a little bit more. So, you know, I am not crazy over here that all of a sudden I became like, you know, keep it with the Joneses. You know, I am not keeping up with the Joneses because this is something that I can afford. They packed this really well. Like, you see all that popcorn that was in there? Okay, I think there's nothing else inside. All this is just cardboard. The first thing that I notice is this thing is, it's heavy. This is probably what they use at the actual coffee stores. It's like, you know, it has some heft to it. How hefty? Let me measure. 1 pound, 5 ounces. So, wow, right? This is got some heft to it. That's what I like. I just want some things that you're going to abuse a lot. You want it to be fully made out of metal. This is a plastic lid, and you do have these hoses over here. It comes with a pretty wimpy little press thingy. I did buy an aftermarket one that's made out of metal, stainless steel. I think this is maybe to even things out. I'm not sure yet, I didn't read instructions. nor do I know how to make coffee like a barista. This is one of the reasons why I got this. I can take my time and try to fine tune things so I would actually know how to use it. Funny story is, you guys remember last time when I visited Facebook, right? And they let you use these espresso machines over there. And when it came to actually using it, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, put some ground coffee in there, stick it in, push a button, right? But there's the point of putting pressure on this thing. There's a point of how to froth your milk properly over here. There's a whole technique to it. By the time I was done with my coffee, it wasn't that good. But I do think that you can make it good. So over here, why is it all written everywhere? Laser CO2. There's a drip tray over here. Nice metal. And this thing peels off, so let me just peel it off. This looks really ugly with the sticker on here. And I would say this is probably a pretty pricey thing to begin with, because I'm not that big a coffee drinker, and I just wanted to learn. I consider this kind of like messing around type of money. It's kind of like my way of paying tuition. I just buy the machine and I can just take my time learning how to make it. Just from trial and error. And at the same time, whenever someone comes by, I can, show off my skills and make people some coffee. Legit good espresso, like the stuff that you get at the coffee store. See? Metal, very nice. Bunch of stuff to read. Very heavy duty like buttons. The reservoir is made out of plastic, unfortunately. But this is okay because only cold water goes in there. And this is the overflow. So when it's cold water, I feel a little bit better because it's not going to leach as much chemicals from the plastic into your water. This is what it looks like inside without that plastic container. Okay, put all that back. This is what the bottom of that thing looks like. The water's gonna come out of here. I think you put this thing over here, and then you put your coffee in, put a little bit of pressure on there, and then put it in. Okay, then you let it rip with the buttons. This is brew coffee, this is water, and this is steam. Steam is for this side. There are some instructions here. Put the machine where you want it to go. Open the lid, fill up with water. Open the tap, switch on, connect. Oh. When you turn that off, water starts pumping. This is the pump water button. So this looks like it's just to initially clean out all the dirt that's accumulated in the thing. Just rinse it a little bit before you use it. Okay, rinse that a little bit. Now I switched it off, removed the sticker. Laser film. It seems like I gotta remove this eventually. I'll remove this later. This just arrived. I heard someone at the door. This is the coffee tamper, made in Italy. See? All right. Oh, nice. Look at this thing. Wow, it's heavy. I really like any kind of metal thing that's kind of lathed out and very high precision. This feels wonderful. Great. It says do not wash. I think this will fit in this little gadget thing just fine. Yeah. It has a slight play in it. It feels like 0.6 millimeter play in here. So it's not going to fit super exact. You do need a little bit of extra room in there just because tolerances, they can't stamp these things out that precisely. See, look at this. Molta made in Italy, 58 millimeters. I always want to know, take everything apart to figure out what's underneath. This is a wooden handle with like a machine screw that's pressed in here. Female side of the screw end over here, and you just kind of go whoop. Wow. Using very good tools, it's just a pleasure to use. Like when you're using it every single day, every time you touch it, you're like, wow, this is so well made. And then there's something about using something and things just connect and they do exactly what they're supposed to do with a very high degree of precision. Sometimes even if you don't need the precision, it just feels really good. Anyhow, let me go on with using this thing. Okay, this thing kind of swivels in. This is one way, the other way, the most this way. So this is as much as it goes everywhere. And I guess you would kind of come off to the side like this. Let me get a titanium cup because I didn't get a specialized milk frother cup because I thought, oh, I have a titanium cup. I don't need to do that just yet. Here's my titanium cup. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna like splatter outside of this. Sometimes you see those frother cups, they're a little bit higher, maybe like 60% higher than this cup over here. But then I'm not going to froth all that much milk, so we'll see how this goes. I really need to read the instructions, so hold on a second. So I guess this is the broiler. When it's orange, it means it's heating it. It means the temperature went below a certain amount. It's green, it means the water temperature is okay to use. The orange means it's still heating. Oh, okay, so the orange turned off now. It looks like there's some delay. It kind of overshoots a little bit. There is no PID controller in this thing, so there's a slight charm to things when things are super manual, because then if you get really, really good, I'm sure you can produce coffee just as good as anything else with like all these fancy electronics. But it's going to take you a little bit more practice to use this thing. This is kind of like the charm in this thing, kind of like using a manual driven car. It smells so good. Oh yeah, this is the coffee smell. I have to do a little bit of calibration here because I kind of know how much almond milk I want to mix in with my coffee. I usually put in about 1 tablespoon of coffee over here. And it looks like this is what they want to call 1 shot. Maybe they might even add a little bit more. Yep. So I'm just gonna start off with making only 1 shot. Don't get too crazy. So I'm going to use the other guy right here, the 1 shot version. And because this is an espresso, I need to make it extra fine in terms of the grinds. Close this all the way up. And then I'm gonna turn it out half a turn. Then I know it's pretty darn fine. Sometimes that thing down here, it gets loosened a little bit. By the way, if you guys are interested in all these things I use, Rancilio Silvia, Malta made in Italy tamper thing, and this little coffee grind, or this espresso coffee crema 800 that I really like. I'll leave links to all of these down in the video description below. After I make it, then you'll kind of realize if it's good or not, because I'm gonna tell you if it tastes great. So let me grind up the coffee. This actually takes a while. And if you have an actual real coffee grinder, which when you read the reviews on this thing on Amazon, people are like, oh yeah, you really, really need the proper coffee grinder. But I don't know. I think I may be able to do without it for a while. We'll see. I like to upgrade, you know, 1 step at a time, right? If I drink this thing, I'm like, oh, you know what? There's not enough flavor or whatever. Then I'll go get the grinder. It's like $300 some. So I was wrong. This little rubber thing is not to flatten it out, to level it. This is actually to put it in so that you can mix it in with some detergent and clean the machine. So I think because I'm making an espresso, I need extra almond milk. I can't just add my regular 4 tablespoons of almond milk. I need more. Maybe like twice or 3 times as much as almond milk, which is not a bad thing. It'll just make me drink more almond milk. It will get slightly more expensive per cup because I'm using a lot of almonds. It's not coffee anymore, right? This would be called a latte. Almond milk latte from real almonds. Okay. This is quite interesting. So I'm going to, I guess you just put it like that. Cool. It's gonna be a slight mess over here. And use the tamper thing. Now I'm gonna dry this off on my shirt here. Okay. I'm not sure how much pressure you're supposed to give it. It looks like from when I look at the baristas, they like really press down on it. Look at that. Okay, so this is ready. I'm gonna leave that over there. Let me go get my almond milk. Okay, this is the water side. It seems like when you're steaming it, it needs to increase to a different temperature than when it's actually brewing coffee. So I turn this thing on. If you turn it on right away, look, water comes out. It's not steam. It's heating it up right now. So we gotta wait a little while. Maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute or something. While that it's doing its thing, I'm gonna measure out my almond milk. And I believe I will, I don't know, let's see how much I have over here. 1 tablespoon. Ow, hot. I'm almost burning myself here. Try that again. This deserves a closer look. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Wow, look at this. This is like delicious looking. Frothy and milk. This is almond milk. Great. So now we gotta turn this off. I have the coffee tampered over here. I'm gonna put it in. And I need a cup. Here's my cup. I would probably normally use some other mug or something, but this is clear so you can see what's inside. Right now the water inside is way too hot, so we're actually waiting for this to turn on. I think what I can do is turn off the steam, purge the water. So what happened here is it was too hot. It takes too long to wait. I purged the water out so fresh cold water would go in this thing. Now it has to heat it back up. So now that it has to heat it back up, it's heating it. The temperature is a little bit too low. So what I need to do is wait for this to turn off. Then it's a go for brewing coffee. All I have to do is bring my cup over here. Okay, turn it off. So now I don't know how much it needs to brew. So I'm just gonna turn this on. Is that one shot? It seems like I should not put that much. There's something I gotta learn about this thing. I don't know if this is too much or too little or what. Yeah, you need to watch out for how much water comes out because you don't want the less strong stuff over here. The coffee inside has already been spent. So I've got this. I'm gonna add in yeah. This is probably like a terrible latte. This is my first time, all right? So after I've used this for maybe like a half a year, then maybe it might taste a little bit better. So here we go, my first Cafe Vergnano 800 coffee from made in Italy. Made in Italy, I think. This is made in Italy too, so it's gonna be an Italian coffee. This is awesome. Give it a try now. Needs a little bit of sugar. But I think I can taste the coffee. It certainly is not like bam, like a really, really flavorful, like you can taste. There's something missing to this. I mean, I am not discouraged over here because, you know, I need to work out some kinks and stuff. Make it a little bit a better process so you know you bring out the best flavor out of this thing. So I would say this is not that good right now. Yeah, I added a little bit of sugar to it. The sugar makes it taste better though, but I would say it tastes like a latte when you go to some random coffee shop and you order a latte. It tastes a little bit better than that actually. So you have the worst from latte stores and the best. And I would say right now I am at like 2 or 3 out of 10. You know, 0 being, you know, a worst latte I've ever had at a coffee store. So not so good. Sorry guys. Well, I'm not gonna drink another coffee today, but I will keep on working on this, and when I finally know how to make a good coffee, maybe I use a different bean, maybe I'm not using almond milk, maybe I'm using a different sweetener or something. But once I finally figure out how to do it well, I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. This is not bad, actually. I still have to clean that thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below. Let me know what you think of being your own home barista and you're learning how they actually do this stuff. Comment down below. Let me know if you're going to do something similar to this yourself, if you're interested in how to make your own coffee. And as always, don't forget to push that subscribe button and ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching. What I'm doing here is preventing oxidation of your coffee beans by sucking out the earth. I guess you can do the same with, you know, vacuum packing yourself. So I bought a bigger bag. That's all it comes in, 1 kilogram. So, you know, separate it out and vacuum pack it so it'll last longer.